Alright, so we off to the shop right now. This is basically the introduction, man, to this new channel. I do have a car channel with the F82, link down below in the description. A little preview for you guys. But yeah, man, like I said, we on the way to the shop right now. I am going to be going through the process, I am going through the process of learning how to cut hair. It's something that I always wanted to do, something that I, felt like I'd be really good at. I do my own, hairline and my beard and all that, just because, I trust myself. I know what I like. I tried doing the fade a few times, but never got around to really getting that down on myself. I've done like 1-2 haircuts in my lifetime, and yeah, man, I'm going through the process. I'm 32 years old, so some people might think like, man, you late trying to learn how to cut hair. But because I know, just speaking to a lot of barbers, most of them start young. They start out in the garage in high school cutting their friends' hair and things like that, just from my experience, from what I've seen. But I know there'll be a lot of people too, like myself, that say, man, it's never too late. So yeah, man, I just want to, I've done a lot of things. I do a lot of things currently. I'm currently working on getting my real estate stuff going, and while I get that going, I figure, why not pick up another skill? Because another source of income is never a bad thing, and I see a lot of potential in it. I've always wanted to own some barber shops, so this is how we getting it started. We on the way to the shop right now. I'm about to go just shadow my mentor, the person who will be mentoring me. There's more details that go into this whole process as well. I'm not doing it and I mean, I guess we could start with that. I am doing the apprenticeship program, so it's a 2-year process until I officially get my license. And another thing is, the person that's mentoring me, he's a barber, but he's also a hairstylist as well. But he's been barbering for a very long time, been cutting hair for a very long time. He's my barber, but he doesn't have his barber's license. He's still going through the process of that. He has his cosmetology license. So I am going to be getting my cosmetology license, and then after I do that, I'll do the crossover program, and I will get my barber's license. To me, it's not a big deal. Yeah, I don't really want to learn about nails and all that other stuff, but it is what it is. Another thing, I won't be able to use the straight razor, but it is what it is. Like I said, this is the way that makes the most sense to me currently. I don't have the time to do the schooling 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, while not getting paid. So this makes more sense to me in my situation. We'll talk more about it later, which is better for certain type of people, because it's all situational at the end of the day. But for me, I would rather be able to get paid as I learn and work, be in the environment. It just makes more sense to me, rather than going to school and not getting paid. Yeah, it's just something I can't do right now. So yeah, man, that's pretty much the basic information of what I'm getting into and what the channel will be about. Basically, starting off, just going through my whole journey with learning how to cut hair with the whole apprenticeship program. I'm gonna take y'all through that whole journey. In the apprenticeship class, that's 1 day a week, 4 hours a day. That ain't, that's cool with me. That's why it takes so long. And then, just going through the day-to-day in the shop, what you do as an apprentice. I'm sure it's different everywhere, but I'll show y'all what I do, how I get compensated, and things like that. So yeah, man. All right, man, just in case y'all want to see the car a little bit, you don't have to go to the channel to see the full thing, but yeah.
I never mind changing it, dude.
What's that?
He's growing up. Little homie's growing up.
Yeah. So what are we gonna be doing on this one?
Yeah, man. Just gonna wing it.
You don't mind us recording, do you? You don't mind recording? You don't mind being a star on YouTube?
You want the line on the side, bud, or no? Like the hard part? Yeah? You want the tapered on the high side or on the lower side? The high side. The high side?
So yeah, man, this is pretty much it. As you can see, we're just shadowing, watching Jerry do what he does. Like I said, Jerry's been doing this for a long time. He's only 30 years old, but he's been doing it since he was damn near in diapers. So he has a lot of experience. As you can see, he doesn't really like being on camera too much, but we gonna get him out of his shell because we got content coming for Jerry as well. He got so much to teach y'all. And me as well, obviously. He's my mentor, so definitely blessed to have, you know, someone like Jerry who's so experienced. And you'll see, man, as the content comes along, what we do for his channel. Stay tuned for that. But basically, you see what he's doing, man. He's balding it out. He's getting it started. I'm shadowing. I'm watching. I'm learning. Jerry's explaining to me along the way, and I'm just soaking up game. And there it is, man, the final product. As you can see, Jerry absolutely killed it. Blurry as ever. Stay tuned, man. We got so much content on the way. We about to go crazy over here. All right, man, so it is a new day. Basically, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just shadowing Jerry. Jerry don't really like to talk too much on the camera, but we gonna get him used to that. We gonna warm him up to it, because I'm gonna be creating content for the shop and for him as well as for myself, because that's what I do. You know, it's one of the things that I do. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. I'm still waiting to start the apprenticeship program, and then once I start that, it'll be a couple months until I get my apprenticeship license, at which point I'll be able to start cutting hair in the shop. But I'm gonna still practice, you know, before then, get my reps in. I don't think I'm supposed to in the shop, but you know, I could do it outside the shop. But yeah, man, that's pretty much what I got going, man. I'm just waiting to start the apprenticeship thing, and then we'll see. I'll show you guys the whole process of what I'm working out with Jerry. And kind of the whole point of this is just to show you from my, you know, experience and from my point of view, how I'm going through the whole process of the apprenticeship program. You know, everything that goes into it and what it's all about. And then, you know, from there we could talk to, I know somebody that actually just did barber school, so we could actually talk to him and we could kind of compare the two, you know. So I just want to take y'all along the whole journey from my very beginning start, you know, like I haven't even cut any hair yet, you know. So from my very beginning to, you know, where I'm about to be in a year, 2 years, and so on and so forth. I got big plans with it, and I feel like I'm gonna be good at it, and I feel like I'll pick it up quickly. I'm not cocky about it. I'm not being cocky, but that's how I feel, man. I'm confident about it, and I feel like it'll be dope to show y'all the whole process, you know, and take y'all along the journey with me. And Jerry's been doing it for well over, closing in on 20 years soon, you know. And then another guy, Mars, in the shop's been doing it for a long time. Between the two, they have like 40 years of experience. And then Gio's been doing it for a while as well. They're all dope barbers, so there's gonna be a lot of dope content, a lot of good education, because Jerry's trying to open up a school soon as well. And it's a different type of situation too, because like I said, Jerry doesn't have his barber's license, but he's a really good barber. He just hasn't went through with, you know, getting the license yet. So yeah, I'm doing the cosmetology route, so I'm gonna have to learn about nails and all that. But and I won't be able to use a straight razor right away until I get my barber's license. So that's just the way that I got to do it. It's what makes the most sense for me. So it's all situational, man. I don't think there's one straight path for everybody. I think within your situation, you know, there's better routes and worse ones. Like for me, for instance, like I told y'all, I don't have time to go to school 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, and not be getting paid from my time, you know. So the apprenticeship program, I only got to go to schooling, the schooling part of it, for 4 hours 1 day a week. And yes, it takes longer, but I'm getting paid as I work. So I'll be working with Jerry, getting paid while he's teaching me. You know what I'm saying? So in my situation, that works perfectly, you know. It's going to take a little longer, but for me, it doesn't really matter, because after a certain point, once I get really good at it, I'm gonna pretty much be doing what I'm gonna be doing. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that makes the most sense. The hell, we got a spider. Look at this. Oh damn, spider trying to attack me right now. Okay, I don't know where the spider went, but it is what it is. It wasn't a big one, so we ain't gonna freak out. But yeah, man, so that's pretty much what it is. We'll see how it goes, and please drop it down below in the comments what y'all think. Give me your thoughts and your opinions. Did I make the right decision? Because going to barber school, I believe it's like, that's another thing, it's $17,000, $18,000 for barber school, bro. I don't know if there's any sort of payment plans you could work out with that, but I did read that you got to make a substantial down payment on that, you know. Whereas the apprenticeship program is almost $8,000. But the deal I worked out with Jerry is I put $1,000 down and he's paying the rest, and then he's gonna reimburse me, you know, because I got big plans with, you know, Jerry and that whole situation there. So, and that's exactly what I'm talking about with this whole thing being situational based, you know. So that's what made the most sense for me. But let me know if y'all disagree down below in the comments and which way you would have went with it. But I really don't see a better way than, you know, what I just told y'all and what I'm doing. But anyways, like I said, it's a new day, and I'm actually going to the shop right now again. I'm gonna get my hair cut, and then I'll probably hang out for a bit and do some more shadowing, and yeah, man, go from there. I'm really hyped to get this going though. And so every time I go to the shop, I always got my trimmers with me. I just got these recently. My whole life, well, not my whole life, but for the longest time I had the Andis T liners, you know, because I just do my lineup and my beard and all that. For the longest I've been doing that. But I just recently got these, and this is how I know that everything was just in alignment and this is what I'm supposed to be doing right now, because my T liners weren't working how I wanted them, and I was like, you know what, it's time for an improvement. So I went ahead and got the Babyliss Pro, the custom FX trimmers, you know, customized these. It makes them a little less expensive from what I've seen as well. So just got these and just did the unboxing and everything. Still got to test them out more on myself. I'm kind of letting my hairline grow out right now, so I haven't really been able to test it too much. But this is how I know it was in alignment, because I got those before I even made the decision that I was going to pursue the barbering, you know. I got those, and then like a few days later I was just thinking about everything that I'm doing right now, and how, you know, while I pursue the real estate thing, and that takes me away from creating content, which was, you know, one of my main sources of income. And that in itself is something that I'm kind of, you know, restructuring in a way. So I was thinking about, what can I do right now that's gonna give me a cool, you know, another source of income while I continue to work on my real estate and everything else, you know. And then, you know, barbering just came to mind. You know, I don't remember how it came to mind. I just remember getting the thought like, yo, I should just pursue cutting hair. It's something that I've always wanted to pursue, and I ran the numbers, and the potential with it is crazy. Like, I really don't see how more people don't consider, you know, being a barber as like a really good job, like one of the best stepping stones that you could do. You know, depending on your situation, you control how much money you make, really. Obviously there's a ceiling, because you could only cut so many heads in a day, but the ceiling's pretty high for a barber, man. And as well, when you work in content and all that, if you understand it, and then, you know, if you have aspirations to opening up a shop, then the ceiling goes away, you know, because you branch off so many different ways. So in all actuality, it depends on your mindset. For me, there's no ceiling. To me, it's just nothing but opportunity, you know. And And yeah, man, it's just like the work environment, everything about it is just super dope, you know. And the security, nobody talks about the security of being a barber. At the end of the day, I feel like even with AI and all of that, you know, that's another thing people got to worry about now. Is AI gonna take my job? I don't see AI taking over cutting hair whatsoever. And even in a recession, people are still gonna need to get their hair cut. You know, people are still getting their hair cut. They still want to look good. That's one of the only things that makes people feel good when they're going through tough times in certain cases. So there's just a lot going for it, and I feel good about it, man. All right, man. As you can see, I don't know if I showed y'all the car fully yet, but that's the car. If you want to see more of it, you got to go check out the car channel. But as you can see, got the haircut, came back home for a minute, and now I'm headed back to the shop, man. You got to get the shadowing in. You got to be willing to learn, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm headed back to the shop and about to go shadow for a few hours.